Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
I've got a digital cowbell finally. You guys can hear it, right? Insane Mitch made this for me to play on my Chumby. Chumby. It is a $200 device that is hackable. Think of it like a interactive digital picture frame. If you can create something in Flash, you can upload it to anybody who has a Chumby. I have a Chumby. I said, you know what? It needs more cowbell. And you know what else it needs? More Beavis. Fire, 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 fire. He made this little widget with Beavis's head that when you touch it on your Chumby, it'll yell, fire, 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 fire. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Chris, the Chumby thing looks interesting, looks cool and everything, but I'm not gonna buy it. But I'd like to play with it. No problem. Head over to our website at live.pirillo.com. See, I'm here right now. You can see it if I pull up the browser here just a little bit, bump it up just a little there. There's me streaming the live video feed as I do every day. If I scroll down, what do I see? This is a virtual Chumby. More importantly, it's my virtual Chumby. So look. You can play the cowbell on live.pirillo.com. It will cycle through all my Chumby widgets. So, and I'll explain the process in just a second. And yes, by the way, it'll scroll through all the widgets I've added, including the Beavis one and the Dig latest news and Google News and Engadget and Gizmodo and every widget that somebody has uploaded to the Chumby website. And that's the thing that's nice about it. It's all community-oriented. You can make whatever you want to put on the Chumby. Like fire, 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 fire. And of course, like I said, that's more of the silly thing. But it is fun, functional, open to the community. The hardware specs are pretty fantastic, I would say. It's basically an open source initiative. At least that's what they say. It's based on open source software. It connects by Wi-Fi, has no problem connecting to my airport with WPA encryption. It's got a touchscreen interface. The software automatically updates once configured. You could use it as a digital photo viewer if you wanted to. You could create your own widgets for it easily enough. And if you don't know a Flash developer, there seem to be plenty of them that are hanging out in the chat room. I kind of said it a lot jokingly. I'm like, you know what? You know what we need? We need this. And then someone said, hey, I'll do it. And then another person chimed in and said, hey, I'll do it. So I've got to thank Insane Mitch, who's actually just made something else I asked for, a virtual drum machine. So he just sent it to me. It's just a regular old Flash file. And I'll show you here. I'm going to show it in Internet Explorer. Drums here. Okay, so I suck. So anyway, so he's created this Shockwave Flash file. I'm going to go over to my Chumby account, press Upload a Widget, give it a name. Let's say here, Virtual Drums. What should we call it? I'm asking the chat room. Virtual drums? Name it something cool. Drumby? How about Drumby? Instead of a Chumby, it's Drumby. It's kind of funny. Okay, so, boom, crash, boom. Okay, version 1.0, category. We'll put it in the music category. Default playtime, we're going to set it to 15 seconds because someone can interact with it if they wanted to. And browse for it. Drums. I don't have a thumbnail for it. You can't really customize it, although if you do have customization options, you can set that in your Flash file. I can set it private or public, and then allow this widget to play on virtual Chumbies, if I wanted to. It says the thumbnail is required, so I need to upload a simple thumbnail. I'm going to just create something generic right now. I'm going to use the regular old cowbell thumbnail at this point because I don't have a lot of time to edit something, and I want to show you how quick and easy this is. So, created a pseudo thumbnail, widget SWF, just kind of browsing for. I mean, it's basically a flash file, something that would normally play embedded in a web page. Like, you've seen widgets. In fact, there are Facebook widgets already developed for this thing, which is actually kind of cool. There we go. And now the Drumby is available for all Chumby users. So if I go over to widgets, my channels, because I can define different channels. Like, this is the default channel. I can select it and have different widgets in another channel and different widgets in another channel, and then change channels all the time. So I can have a news channel with all my news widgets. I can have a Beavis channel with all my Beavis widgets. Anyway, so I put it in the music category. We'll browse there. Music. Look at that. Drumby. Add to channel. Press that button to add to channel. And magically, it will appear in my list with all of my gadgets that I have set up in my default channel. Again, for the Chumby. So this is where you can configure everything on the web. And then in a matter of minutes, it will be uploaded. As I said, this is live and in real time. It will be uploaded directly to my Chumby. And then I'll be able to go in here to my Chumby. I can either browse to it by going to the configuration screen real easily, or if I wanted to, I can go back to the live.pirillo.com page and hit refresh. The Chumby widget will refresh, and there we go, right here in the Chumby widget. Okay, so obviously I'm not going to quit my day job and get into that. I'm going to keep going through and explain to you a little bit more about Chumby and why I'm so excited about it. I haven't seen a device like this yet, and you may, as I said, think that $200 is a lot to spend. Well, yeah, I guess it might be, but I love interactive gadgetry, and I think this is just the beginning of what they're doing with this. It's Flash, and Flash is everywhere. Games, virtual drum kits. I wouldn't be surprised if someone tries to make a Tenorion in Flash that could be played on a touchscreen Chumby. And you notice, by the way, I have... there's the cowbell again. Mine is black. It's all black. They also have different colors, including a white frame with beige. It can be customized. It can be, quote-unquote, hacked. They want you to do things with your Chumby or with other people's Chumby. So even if you don't have a Chumby, if you can make a Flash file and perfectly configure it for the Chumby, and they have directions on their wiki, real easy to do. I mean, the specs are simple. If you can do Flash, you can make Chumby widgets and upload them. Even if you don't actually have a Chumby, your widgets could be given to other people who do have Chumbys. Let me check to make sure it's going through okay. All right. Gonna let that go a bit more. And I think it's interesting, but that's just me. I think the future of hardware and software is a lot more interactivity. We've touched upon that with internet-enabled picture frames, but to a limited degree. I mean, those were only photos. This is fully interactive, potentially. I've got it showing traffic, weather reports, and I'm just going to be watching all the latest Chumby widgets that fly through here, including clocks. Obviously, you could use it as a basic clock. I don't know if it would work as an alarm clock, but it certainly plays sound, you've heard. It will play video. They've got a YouTube widget, but it kind of stinks. To let you know what we're working on for Chumby in our chat room at live.pirillo.com. You can play with my particular virtual Chumby down there, but what we're working on is a Chumby bot in our IRC chat room. This was an idea that RotoZip came up with. That's his handle. He's making a Chumby bot right now that you can issue a command to it, and through this widget, this Chumby widget, this Flash widget, it will show up in my Chumby. So voiced users in our chat room will soon be able to send messages directly, almost instantaneously, to the Chumby. I think that's pretty cool and quite interactive. I've also asked Ustream, the people that host our live video feed, if they can help us do live video. I don't know it's going to be great quality, but live video through the Chumby, because the Chumby can handle video, although at 12 frames per second. Still, it'd be interesting to see. And then the YouTube widget that someone's developed for the Chumby right now, it's not very interactive. It's kind of stinky. So I'm going to see if they can help me customize the Chris Pirillo YouTube video widget just to feed all the videos that we do into the Chumby. So anybody else who gets a Chumby, well, at least you know you've got a friend. In fact, there's a cool little feature on the Chumby where you can go in and you can press send to friend. So let's say I'm playing the drum beat, which I can do, by the way. Listen, it's here. Can you hear the cymbal? Oh, I'm sorry. Can you see the screen? Here, let me... I'm sorry. I apologize for being so far back. This is... I'm going to zoom in on the Chumby, past the Chris Pirillo head there, and show you the Chumby screen. There we go. In fact, you can press the Beavis button.
Fire, fire, fire.
And go to cowbell. Now, he made this widget. This is and I'm sure Insane Mitch in our chat room, the guy who did all this in just like minutes, will continue to evolve this as we think of different things that we can throw into this widget.
Fire, 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 fire.
Because everything needs more cowbell. If I want to, I can time out or go to browse other widgets that I have on here. I can press the mute button. I can change the channels from here. There's the Lifehacker feed that they've customized, a widget for Lifehacker. I can play music. In fact, this is a neat thing. I could plug my iPod directly into the Chumby and, yes, that's right, use this as a speaker device. 2 USB ports. The one thing and a headphone jack, by the way. The one thing I'm disappointed about this right now, I can tell you, is that it doesn't charge by USB. That, to me, that's a little... I'm not going to say borderline. I wish they would have done that, because I got to run an AC cable. It's not going to run on battery, at least at this point, because it's going to be on all the time. Ooh, there's the This Day in History widget. It's kind of neat. I mean, honestly, you're limited, really, by your imagination. I mean, we're only kind of playing with it right now, but I'm sure it can be fun and functional at the same time. And there's another thing. There's an accelerometer in here, too. So if you can make widgets that are truly interactive, and then, you know, make it move back and forth, maybe like an Etch-a-Sketch, and when you shake it and then it disappears. Like I said, you know, this is, I think, the future of hardware and software. It's open, or as open as I would want it to be, or I would need it to be. I'm not necessarily a hardware hacker, but more than anything, I think it just helps people unleash their creativity based on something that is just everywhere. Flash is everywhere. I love the way that you can embed people's Chumbies. You could add your Chumby to your Facebook account if you wanted to. As I said, my Chumby is going to be playing live at live.pirillo.com. If this doesn't sell a Chumby to you, I don't know what will. It's cool. It is freaking cool. If you've made a widget for the Chumby that you'd like me to play with, put the little live.pirillo.com URL in there and then share it with me. And if it's interesting enough, sure, I'll put it on there, and we'll continually refine our Chumby widgets so that the rest of the world, can enjoy Chumbies virtually. I've got a couple of other really cool ideas for Chumby development, but I'll leave that for another video. This is cool. I have to thank RotoZip for letting me know what he was doing with it. We'll be launching the Chumby bot in our chat room real soon for voiced users, so you can interact with my Chumby directly. It's going to be so cool. But I bought this. It arrived relatively quickly. Came in this like burlap sack of sorts. It's kind of very strange to come in this, but okay, whatever floats their Chumby. This is the kind of hardware that I'm looking for. Interactive, fun, functional, all-in-one. This is now a permanent part of my desk. I'm considering just placing it right here, permanently. Just right here. So if you see this little screen down here, if you ask what it is my Chumby. That's right. That's my Chumby. If you know of any other cool hardware that you'd like me to take a look at, let me know. I'm looking for interesting, cool things. My email address is chris@pirillo.com. And I've now, I realize, my productivity level is just plummeted. I don't think I'm going to have a productivity level anymore, thanks to this thing. Anyway, if you want to stop by the chat room and chat it up, possibly ask questions. We are typically talking tech, sometimes hardware, sometimes software, sometimes internet stuff. And now I'm going to be throwing out ideas for Chumby widgets. And you can play with my Chumby, virtually at least. at a website that's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We're streaming live video. And, oh yes, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Skyforce6. I'm interacting with the chat room right now. They're in the video here. When it asks for the name of the Chumby, I just decided to call it Chuck. I don't know why. This is the Chumby's name is Chuck. Don't ask. I'm just crazy that way. Anyway, any other Chumby addicts out there? Let me know who you are. Swing by the chat room. As I said, we're open all the time at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.